Hey everyone, Knox here with the American Suppressor Association, and welcome to our August 2022 Suppressor Policy Update. Now, August is traditionally a pretty slow month when it comes to policy. Congress is out on their annual month-long recess, and most of DC skips town to get in their last vacation of the summer. Nonetheless, we still have some interesting news to report. We started the month at the Congressional Sports Foundation's August Recess Shootout, where industry, nonprofits, and Hill staffers from both sides of the aisle meet in Maryland for a shotgun shooting competition. Now, I'm not generally one to brag, but this year, yours truly won the Top Shot Award on sporting clays with a suppressed 12 gauge, proving once and for all that you can in fact shoot well with a suppressed shotgun. Now, on to the more important stuff. ATF's new rule on frames and receivers went into effect on Wednesday, August 24th. For those of you who aren't up to speed, this rule was promulgated by the administration as an attempt to restrict the manufacture and sale of ghost guns, as the anti-gun movement so affectionately calls them. We could spend an hour talking about the ramifications of the new rule on rifles and pistols, but you're here for a suppressor policy update, so we're going to stick to cans. As it pertains to suppressors, the new rule clarifies certain marking requirements for manufacturers that have been standard practice for years. By letter of the law, the term firearm silencer or firearm muffler means any device for silencing, muffling, or diminishing the report of a portable firearm, including any combination of parts designed or redesigned and intended for the use in assembling or fabricating a firearm silencer or firearm muffler, any part intended only for use in such assembly or fabrication. The parts and components language in the statute has been the subject of quite a bit of confusion over the years, and ATF has a storied track record of picking and choosing when and how it applies. Thankfully, the final rule's new definition of frame or receiver now explicitly states that modular suppressors have only one part defined as a frame or receiver, and that only one part of a complete suppressor has to be marked. Consumers won't see much of a difference, but for industry, it's a pretty big deal as it provides us with the most direct guidance we've had on the issue since the NFA handbook was last updated in April 2009. Speaking of ATF, we are still waiting on a response to our Freedom of Information Act request regarding the mass denial of Form 1s. We have repeatedly continued to inquire, and if we don't receive a response soon, the next step will be filing a lawsuit. Last, but certainly not least, the ASA Industry Forum is returning to Washington, D.C. in September from a 2-year COVID hiatus, and it would not have been possible without the support of the forum's title sponsor, Silencer Shop. During the forum, leaders from across the suppressor industry will come together to discuss the opportunities and challenges facing suppressor rights in the marketplace. We will sit down with ATF leadership, discuss pro-suppressor advocacy with legislators and staff on Capitol Hill, and participate in an industry roundtable. It's a fun time, it's a productive time, and it's something that we at ASA are very proud to host. Well, that's it for your August Suppressor Policy Update. As always, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next month. As a nonprofit, our job is to fight for your rights, and we could not do it without your support. Your membership and your donations fund our fights in Washington, D.C. and in state capitals across the country. I promise that the American Suppressor Association will not stop fighting until suppressors are removed from the National Firearms Act and are legal to own in all 50 states. Help us protect your right to protect your hearing by making sure your membership in the American Suppressor Association is active. Visit us at asamember.com to join or renew today. That's asamember.com.